Have you ever used a product that was just so solid, so innovative, so cool that you just wanted to use it, but you couldn't? Gaming peripheral, pair of shoes, maybe them skinny jeans that are so trendy that you just can't squeeze into? That's exactly my experience with the new mouse from Xtrfy and Rocket Jump Ninja, the MZ1 Wireless. Now, as far as in your box, of course you're gonna get your mouse, but now with the MZ1 Wireless, you have two interchangeable back shells, which we're gonna talk a lot about. One of them's a little more flat, one of them's got that traditional hump like you saw in the wired one. You get your manual, because yes, you can control everything on this mouse, just like every other Xtrfy mouse, no software needed. Absolutely love it. You get some replacement feet, and by the way, on the underside of the mouse, this foot I have in the middle is not installed out of the box. You have to take it off here and install it if you want. I just like because it makes it a little bit smoother. You get your screwdriver to interchange your plate, which by the way, this is only held on by one screw on the back now rather than three, like the M42 wireless, I believe it was. You get your adapter, your dongle, and then your USB-C cable. Now, if you want to see dimensions of the mouse, I'm just going to flip the box over here and save me some time so I don't got to enter all this fancy text or whatnot. You can see the dimensions right there. So now taking a look at the weight of the MZ1 Wireless, first we'll check it without a shell. We are going to get 60 grams. If we go on and pop on the low shell, no, this is the plump shell. The plump shell on the back, we are getting 60 grams. Pop that one off right here, and then we can get the low shell, which is gonna be at, well, that doesn't make sense. Low shell 62. Hold on a second, guys. Let's put the bigger shell on again. Plop that on right there. We're getting 60. That's just crazy. How is the lower shell getting more weight when it seems like less material to me? Oh, I see. The big shell actually has a few more holes. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start counting real quick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boring. So taking a look at the weight right there, again, not really much difference either way. The other thing that's really cool about the weight is when you look at the bottom of the mouse, just like the M42 Wireless, you got the two screws right here, which you can loosen up and adjust some of the weight further to back or further to front. For me, it was all the way to the front to make it feel any balanced. Again, being a fingertip mouse, that's where it felt more natural for me. When I put it towards the back, I felt like I had a lot of tail drag, and being a fingertip mouse, I just didn't want that tail drag back there where I had nothing locking it in. So again, towards the front with that adjustment right there was the best for me. Now, you all know in my reviews, I don't like babbling about specs that you can read online or anything like that, right? I like talking about my user experience. And again, like I said in the beginning, this mouse isn't meant for me, but it might be for you, right? A review is me talking about it, giving you my experience, and heck, my bad experience or experience that didn't work out for me might be something that works out for you. So I want to talk about this shape right here. We'll get some comparisons in. Maybe you'll be able to catch my vibe and wrap it up. Is it for you or is it not for you, right? So let's talk about the mouse out of the box. Number one, comes with that plump one, right? That's what we saw in the wired one right there. And it's such an interesting, unique shape that I want to use it, but I couldn't because it puts me into that fingertip, right? I'm up here, but that back still hit me. I'm like, what's going on right here? Am I trying to put my palm in it or trying to fingertip it, right? So again, the plump one was it just didn't work out for me. Believe it or not, when I put on the lower shell on the back, I could truly fingertip this and move it around in my palm, bring it in if I needed, and it worked out better for that. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm fingertipping this thing, trying to pull it back. I'm a little confused still, right? The side buttons were scooched back, and it's just like I gotta force my hand back to get to the side buttons right there. So again, the low shell worked out better for me, but again, neither of them worked out great for me, okay? But what I want to talk to you about here is what is this shape, right? This is a shape made by Rocket Jump Ninja for Rocket Jump Ninja, right? This is his shape, right? So again, is it going to be that perfect, safe shape for everybody? No, I don't think so, but I want to give you some examples here. Number one, what I want to pull out is the Razer Viper. This is the V2 Pro. You all know I've never been a big fan of the Viper. It sits low, it's Zowie FK type shape, you know? It just sits a little bit lower, it's a little bit thinner for me. I play much better with the Viper than the MZ1, no question about it, but it's still not a mouse for me. Over time, I start getting hand cramps, and I try to pull it back into my palm, but I can't. It's a little bit lower, but I think this is a really good example here, right? Whichever shell you're using. I think if you like the Viper, you like the FK, you like the Model Low, something like that, I think you're going to be able to adjust and have a good time with the MZ1 when talking about myself. Well, heck, I could never even main the Viper. I'm more of a Death Adder kind of guy. And just taking a look over 3 of my main mice right here. These mice I have used for well over a year, if not longer. I swap them out when a variation of a wireless version comes out. but I end up always going back to my Zowies right here. And looking at these, the EC2, this one I have been using primarily lately, using a lot of the X-Lite as well. Again, it's just a copy of the EC shape, but the EC2 has just been such a perfect mouse for me. Coming over here to the ZA12, I believe this is, the middle one, the ZA12. Love this mouse for my quicker play. Over here is the S1, when I'm kind of in between. I don't want something too plump, a little bit smaller. I come to the S1 and I get a little bit more control. But again, the EC2 has been my go-to right now. The ZA is just always right there. So when you compare, right, the MZ1, if you look at this compared to any of these, right, ZA, plump tail end. The EC2, like, I mean, come on, you can probably put the MZ1 inside the EC2. And then if you look at the S1, almost similar. If you kind of look at those curves and you look at that design right there, the MZ1 is like a smushed down, oop, it's so small I can't even hold it, right? The MZ1 is like a smushed down S1. It's real crazy when you look at it because it's almost like that. It's really weird if you look at it. Again, it's the S1 smushed down. And that pretty much sums up why the MZ1 didn't work out for me. As you're seeing through all three of these mice, talking about the S1, or the MZ1 being a smushed S1, all three of these mice are plump. They got a little bit of bump in the trunk right there, right? I can set my palm into it. I can pull it out, flick it and dip it if I want. Or bam, I can pull it back into my palm right there, like with the ZA over here. The S2 is a little bit more. It's filling out your hand a little bit more. But again, either or right here. My main point is I cannot do that with the MZ1, right? It's just, it confuses me. But again, that doesn't make it a bad product. That's not what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it here, trying to fluff up another product review YouTuber or a company I absolutely love, Xtrfy. But no, the product's not for me. But again, it is still solid. The build is rock solid on this thing. Like, I don't even have the back screwed in and it's staying in there incredibly solid, you know? No creaking, no flexing, no nothing. The button clicks are solid. Oh, the Xtrfy scroll wheel is so nice. And again, you can control everything right on the bottom. As you see right here, you got your RGB, a page down, which you can control through a different button. You got your polling rate over here. Everything can be controlled right on it. Looking at RGB, if we can power it on, there you go. You see the RGB just shines right through it there. I don't have it plugged in, but you can kind of see it flashing through the shell. Now, the MZ1 Wireless comes in at 120 bucks. I believe that's the most expensive Xtrfy wireless mouse. But again, you got to look at the innovation and everything that had to go into this, right? Got to pay Rocket Jump Ninja still too, right? So you're going to have a little bit of that tax on there, right? But then again, working into this new product right here, I think it justifies the price for sure. Again, with the interchangeable shell, again, take my words lightly, right? It justifies the price if it's gonna work for you, right? I'm not saying go get this product right now. Yo, I can't say that. I don't think anybody can say this about this product, right? This is something you really gotta jive with, get your hand on, be like, all right, I can get down with that. And that's again why I brought out the Viper or talked about some of those examples, because if you can get down with those, I think you'll have a good time with these. But if you're like me, you like a little plump trunk, I'd hate to say it, but I really do not think this product will work out for you. But all in all, I had an absolute blast with it. It was fun. Again, I love testing innovative different products, and that's what we had right here. Let me know if you use it, and I want to hear your thoughts. I really want to spark this conversation down below because this is a really cool piece right here. But again, a review is just me talking about it. I want to hear what you think about it down in the comments. So all in all, thank you so much for stopping by watching this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you out. If I did, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.